when you're harvesting bulk turnips, normally I'm sitting in the bed with the bin in front of me, and that's so I can pull the bin with me. If I'm trying to push the bin in front of me, I tend to get the front corners caught on something and it's harder. So I tend to work backwards down a bed and just pull it behind me. And so something like turnips, you're gonna grab a couple or one at a time and just twist off the tops. And you wanna make sure you're not leaving any of the really junky stuff on there. And then what's happening is your leaves are just being left right in the bed, and those will just be composted back in. And if you notice too, with this bin right here, I'm only turning 90 degrees. So if I had it behind me, I'd be going a lot different. So the goal with any harvesting is to have as few motions as possible, as little movement as possible. So that's the other reason to keep this bin right in front of me. So I'm always just setting it right into here, not having a bin over there or sharing bins. So that's another reason why I like to have one bin per person. Another way to do this would be have the bin right here and one person on either side. So we're both just working into the same bin and then just dragging it down over the bed. Okay, so in this situation too, on a small scale, you may not want to leave your leaves in the bed too, because if you're going to turn this bed immediately, this is a lot of matter to turn in. If you're using a tilther or even a rotary, just on the smaller scale tools, you want to just make sure these stay in the path so your bed can easily be turned. Larger scale, usually any rototiller will turn those in really easily though. Another thing to keep in mind too, cutting the tops off. So we talked about twisting. You can also just cut the tops like that. It depends on what your market is. Sometimes I feel like chefs want a little bit of green top. But another thing, if you do that, you do have a chance of maybe trimming your top a little too much and cutting into your turnip. So that would be another reason not to do that. And the other thing with tops too is these tops can be sold for pesto, they can be bunched. There's a whole lot of things you can do with tops as well if you have a market for those.